Hello friends, welcome to my kitchen. Pour water into a large saucepan. Add 1 teaspoon of salt. Cover with a lid. When the water starts to boil, add 8 ounces or 250 grams of pasta. Cook the pasta according to package directions until al dente. Put some olive oil into a frying pan and set it over medium heat. Friends, please write in the comments, what country and city are you from? It's very nice to know that we can communicate all over the world. Finely chop 1 onion, just like our mothers and grandmothers used to do. Back in the day, they'd sit at the kitchen table with a wooden cutting board, peeling and chopping onions by hand without rushing. Cooking wasn't just about food. It was about care and tradition. If you have any questions about the recipe, write to me and I will answer as soon as I see it in the comments. Add the chopped onion to the pan. Friends, I'd be happy if you could give this video a like, as it's the best reward from you. Stir and let it fry until it turns soft and translucent. Grate 2 cloves of garlic on a mini grater. Add the garlic to the pan with the onions. Stir gently. Now cut 1 package of bacon into small strips. Years ago, bacon wasn't always readily available in every kitchen. But when it was, it brought a sense of indulgence to simple meals. Friends, if you enjoy my content, subscribe to the channel to receive notifications about new similar recipes. Add the bacon to the pan. Cook until golden and crisp. Add 1 pound or 450 grams of ground beef to the pan. Use a spatula to break up the meat into small pieces. Stir everything together, making sure the onions, garlic, and bacon are well mixed with the beef. Cook over medium heat. Sprinkle with 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of oregano. Stir constantly and roast for 10 minutes until the flavors are nicely blended. Now cut 1 small broccoli or half of a large broccoli into florets. While we are cutting broccoli, take a moment to reflect on how cooking was done decades ago. Back then, families didn't rely on convenience foods or prepackaged meals. They used fresh ingredients and passed down recipes from generation to generation, each meal carrying memories of shared stories, laughter, and love. Once you have the florets, slice them into smaller, even pieces. Place the broccoli slices in a bowl. Pour boiling water over the broccoli, just enough to cover it. Set it aside and leave it in the hot water for 10 to 15 minutes until it softens slightly. Now, melt half of a stick or 60 grams of butter in a saucepan over medium heat. Pour in 2 tablespoons of flour. Stir continuously to avoid lumps. Pour in 1 cup or 240 milliliters of milk, stirring all the while. As the mixture thickens, add 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Stir everything together until smooth. Remove the saucepan from the heat. Then take the broccoli. Check the pasta for doneness. If it's ready, remove it from the stove. Transfer the pasta into the bowl with the broccoli. Pour the bechamel sauce over the top. Grate 10 ounces or 300 grams of Emmental cheese. Sprinkle half of it into the bowl. Mix everything thoroughly until well combined. Grease a square baking dish with olive oil. Spoon out 1 layer of the pasta, broccoli, and sauce mixture into the dish. Spread it evenly. Add a second layer of the minced meat and bacon mixture. Spreading it carefully. Spoon out a third layer of the pasta, broccoli, and sauce. Follow it with a fourth layer of the minced meat and bacon. Finally, sprinkle the remaining grated Emmental cheese over the top to cover everything. Preheat your oven to 360 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 180 degrees Celsius. Place the dish in the oven and bake for 20 to 25 minutes. When the baking time is up, take the casserole out of the oven. Place a generous slice on a plate and admire the layers of pasta, broccoli, savory meat, and melted cheese. That's it. A delicious pasta casserole with layers of hearty minced meat, crispy bacon, tender broccoli, and creamy bechamel sauce. The golden cheese on top adds a comforting touch, making this dish a perfect centerpiece for a family dinner. I hope this recipe brings the same sense of joy, and delicious coziness to your family, as it does to mine. Thank you for cooking with me today. But that's not all. I have a second, equally delicious recipe for you. First, take a saucepan and place 4 medium potatoes into it. Pour in some water, just enough to cover the potatoes, and let's bring this to a boil on medium heat and cook for about 30 minutes. While the potatoes are cooking, let's move on to the filling. Heat a large frying pan on medium heat and drizzle in a bit of olive oil. Now, we'll add 8 ounces or 450 grams of ground beef to the pan. Break it up with a spatula as it cooks so it browns evenly. This will take just a few minutes. While the beef is frying, finely chop 1 onion. Place it in a bowl. Then, take 1 clove of garlic and grate it finely on a mini grater. Add the garlic to the onion. Next, chop 1 carrot into small pieces, nice and small so they'll cook evenly. Add the carrot to the bowl as well. Now, chop 1 red bell pepper. Add it to the mix. Next, chop 1 yellow bell pepper into small pieces. Friends, if you enjoy my content, subscribe to the channel to receive notifications about new similar recipes. also add it to the mix. Finally, we'll add 1 cup of frozen green peas for a little sweetness and color. Mix all the vegetables together in the bowl. By now, the ground beef should be ready, browned and cooked through. So it's time to add the vegetables to the pan. Stir everything together. Now we season it with 1 teaspoon of salt. Add 3 tablespoons of tomato sauce for a nice, rich base. And 1 teaspoon of black pepper. And don't forget the herbs. Finely chop 1 small sprig of thyme. Add it in for that lovely fragrant flavor. To thicken the mixture, we'll add 3 tablespoons of flour. Mix it thoroughly, making sure there are no lumps. Now, pour in 1 cup or 200 milliliters of beef broth. Stir it all together, bring it to a boil, and then cover the pan. Reduce the heat to medium and let it simmer. We want the sauce to reduce by half and the vegetables to become tender. This should take about 10 minutes. The consistency should be thick and hearty. At the very end, finely chop 1 bunch of parsley. And stir it into the mixture. This will give the dish a lovely fresh touch. Then remove the pan from the heat and set it aside. Now let's check on the potatoes. After 30 minutes of cooking, they should be perfectly soft. If they're ready, drain the water. Add 60 grams, or about half a stick of butter, to the potatoes. Start mashing them into a creamy puree. To make the mash even richer, pour in 4 fluid ounces, or 120 milliliters, of cream. Mash it all together until smooth. Now, grate 4 ounces, or 120 grams, of Emmental cheese. Mix it into the mashed potatoes. For a little extra richness, we'll add 2 eggs to the mixture and stir everything together thoroughly. Now it's time to assemble our casserole. Take 3 small baking dishes and lightly grease them with olive oil. First, spoon a layer of mashed potatoes into the bottom of each dish. Spread it out evenly. Then, add the meat and vegetable mixture, pressing it down with a spatula to create an even layer. Now, finish with another layer of mashed potatoes on top. And for that final touch of flavor and texture, sprinkle a thin layer of Parmesan cheese over the top. We'll bake these in a preheated oven at 360 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius for 25 minutes. The cheese on top will melt and turn golden, creating a beautiful crust. Now just let it bake. and soon your kitchen will smell absolutely divine. After 25 minutes, take the dishes out of the oven. The top should be golden and bubbly. And there you have it, our beautiful layered casserole, ready to be enjoyed. I hope you try this at home and share it with your loved ones. It's a hearty, comforting dish that's perfect for any family dinner. Thank you so much for cooking with me today. Until next time, happy cooking.